On this video, it shows step by step on how to repaste, how to change the thermopads and thickness of the thermopads, how to replace and clean the cooling fans. Good day everyone, it's me again. Take that screw out. If you haven't subscribed on this channel, please consider subscribing and click that thumbs up icon and notification bell. Thank you. Check the description down below for the equipment and tools I use in this video, which is available to purchase in Amazon.com in United States and Amazon.co.uk in United Kingdom. Let's begin the tutorial. This GPU is still sealed from the manufacturer. What I mean is the screw seal is still intact, so that means all the thermopaste and thermopads inside still the stock ones, so it's not been replaced, so that's the good thing. If you remove this stainless steel bracket, the fan cannot still be removed because the axis for the screw is underneath the front shroud. I mean, you have to remove totally this front shroud through this back plate. The screw is underneath the back plate so that you could remove it. So there's no way that you could remove the fan by just removing the front shroud. So we're going to unscrew 12 screws of the back plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're gonna do this one first. So we have to break the seal.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine.
So remove the back plate. By the way, the back plate is made of plastic, so it cannot dissipate heat. By the way, the screw bits that I'm going to Phillips screw VH00, and I'm using a wow stick electric screwdriver. Okay, and next is to unscrew these two screws here that holds the front shroud bracket. So I'm going to use, because it's quite deep, so I'm going to use this type of screwdriver. Make sure your screwdriver is magnetic. And then unscrew this 4 screw that holds the PCB and to the heatsink. Then you unscrew these 5 screws that holds the bracket.
I'm falling fast, sitting here praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back.
Then lift up the PCB. So when lifting up the PCB, be careful because all the connector for the fan is attached in this side, so you have to remove that one. Be careful because it's a bit stiff to pull the wire, and then to like that to access this area. And to remove the connector of the fan, I recommend to use this kind of tools. It's like a pliers, but it's a special kind of pliers. Look at the other end. This is very useful to prevent the damage of the connector. So what you're gonna do is to grip the connector and slowly pull it out like so. Okay. And then now you can access the other two screws that holds the front shroud. So we already removed these two, and now you can remove the other two. And this metal plate here, you can lift it up. See? Okay, so the thermal pad thickness of this card, it looks like 1 millimeter, but we will see. It's actually let me check this one. Yes, they are all the same thickness. They are 1 millimeter. They are 1 millimeter. It's exactly the same thickness. See? So 1 millimeter. Yeah, perfect. So it's 1 millimeter thickness of all the thermal pads here. So the thermal pads on this graphics card is still very good, so I don't need to replace those. So I have to put it back.
I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase.
So we have to clean the residue. I'm using just a normal paintbrush to clean the dust and the residue. And also I would recommend, if you can afford to buy this, the X-Power 550 watt air blower is so powerful. But on this one, on this case, I will not gonna use the blower because it's not that dirty, so I will just use the brush today. But I recommend this. Just check the description below for the link. I'm going to use a 99.9% of isopropyl alcohol to clean the residue of the GPU die. Don't use a 70% because they don't dissipate quickly, so it's not safe to use always this one. It's almost 100% alcohol. It's just few seconds and it's dry. As you could see it, I make it wet and then few seconds, less than 10 seconds, and it's dry. So that's the good thing about using the 99.9%. So you're safe not to get short circuit, and also the residue, it melts so quickly, so it's clean result. And this one I have to just brush it. And rub it with alcohol.
A new plan, rearranging my life and
so make it straight. And this one as well, it's not straight.
you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing.
So what I'm gonna do with this one, because you can clean the heatsink properly using the air blower, so I'll be back in a minute. So it's just been cleaned with the air blower. What I'm gonna do is to rub it with alcohol.
That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging.
So you have to remove the heatsink and clean the inside part of the fan. I'm going to use, because I already blowed it with air blower, so there are some dust that stick to the inner part of the fan, which can only be removed with alcohol. So you have to be patient to clean this. You have to rub the blade one by one to get the good results. See, as you can see, so dirty.
I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. You can't stop what's moving. I'm changing.
So to replace and remove the fan, you have to remove it from here. So each fan has 3 screws. So I will not gonna remove it, so because you could see it here anyway. So each fan has individual connection. They are not the same connector. One small, the other one is. These two are big, but it has different colors. So you're not gonna mess up with the connector, so because it's different. So it's gonna be easy. And then the fan model is underneath here.
I won't look back ever again. No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way.
So this is the fan part number. And I will check the other side.
Push through those walls and the others will fall. Sit up, stand tall, you can get through it all. I need some energy, anxiety's no friend to me. I have a short memory, I don't really remember things.
And this one is on the fan on the right, and this one is the fan on the left, which is identical part number, but the only difference is the connector. So the connector only is the different, and the size, they are exactly identical. The 3 fans are identical. And this is the part number of the middle fan. So these 3 fans are identical except for the connector. So we're going to put it back to stick the foam at the back of the fan, because this will help the vibration.
That's how I move on, that's how I stay strong. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the cast, I wanna feel like I'm a new.
Okay, to replace the fan, just remove 3 screws in each fan, and that's it. So you have to put it back the heatsink. Again, put it aside. Okay, the thermal paste that I'm going to use is the SYY thermal paste, which is really good. And I have also another recommendation, the RTX MX6 and or the Noctua NTH2 thermal paste. So the first thing to do is so this is the front shroud, so it's time to put it back together. Front shroud, and then put the heatsink back, make sure it sits properly, and then the metal bracket. The metal bracket, don't forget the fan connector that goes to this hole here. That's it. And make sure it sits properly, and then don't forget the plastic bracket for the die. Okay, and then next is to put it back the screw that holds this metal plate to the front shroud. It's a full screw. Use the magnetic long screwdriver.
I've done it before and that I'm not perfect. I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving.
Next is to attach the fan connector. So the first one is the smaller one. Always be careful when attaching the connector because they are very delicate and can damage easily. Push it firmly. This one. Nice. And last, so 3 fan connected. So make sure to check before finalizing attaching the PCB and the heatsink. Make sure all the thermal pads is in place properly. Check all the areas so it looks okay. So make sure these 4 holes will sits properly in the bracket. So you have to put the X bracket. So when you screw it in, this 4 screw, you have to do it gradually. So it's already catches here, so what we're gonna do is in crisscross pattern. just bite, and then do the other one, just bite of the thread. Okay, so now you start tightening them, one each turn. One turn, one turn, one turn, one turn.
I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again.
Okay, it's time for the bracket. So you have to screw in first the two big screw. That goes here. And the other big one goes here. And the three small.
You never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah.
So now, last one is the back plate. So I'm going to use this electric one.
I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving, you can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels like things get in your way. Push through those walls and the others will fall.
Okay, and then you check the fan. Make sure it doesn't catches anything, doesn't catches the wire or screw. And then check over the screw if all in place. Check the wire. So that's it. That's the end of the tutorial. If you did enjoy and find this video helpful, please consider subscribing, share this video so it could help others too, and click that thumbs up icon to help this channel to make more helpful tutorial videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching.
That's how I move on, that's how I stay strong. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the gas, I wanna feel